Prioritize clarity. Write for understanding, not just completion. Writing. Chapter 2. Review of related literature. In a thesis is not just about collecting and summarizing studies. It is about making the content clear, logical, and easy to understand. Many researchers fall into the trap of writing for completion rather than clarity, which results in a chapter that is difficult to read, overly complex, or filled with unnecessary jargon. To ensure clarity, the literature review should be structured, logically, with well-defined sections, clear transitions, and precise language. This section explores the importance of clarity, strategies to achieve it, and common mistakes to avoid when writing Chapter 2 of a thesis. Why prioritizing clarity matters. Ensures reader comprehension. The goal is to explain studies in a way that is easy to follow, even for readers unfamiliar with the topic. A confusing or overly technical review can weaken the impact of the research. B. Strengthens the argument. Clear writing helps in showing connections between studies instead of merely listing them. It demonstrates critical thinking and allows readers to see the logical flow of ideas. C. Saves time in revisions. A well-structured, clear draft requires fewer corrections from advisors and editors. Reduces the risk of misinterpretation or confusion when reviewed by peers. How to achieve clarity in Chapter 2a. Use a logical structure. Organize studies by theme, theory, or chronology to create a smooth flow. Ensure each section leads naturally into the next without abrupt shifts. Example of clear structure. Introduction states the purpose of the literature review. Theoretical framework discusses relevant theories that support the study. Empirical studies, reviews. Related research, grouped by themes. Research gaps identifies missing aspects in the literature. Conclusion summarizes key findings and their implications. But use simple, precise language. Avoid overly complex or technical terms unless necessary. Use straightforward sentences that are concise yet informative. Example of unclear sentence. A plethora of academic investigations has delved into the ramifications of transformational leadership vis-à-vis scholastic engagement, explicating an intricate interplay of motivational constructs. Clear version. Many studies have examined how transformational leadership influences student engagement by increasing motivation. Use familiar words instead of unnecessarily complicated vocabulary. Define technical terms if they are essential to the discussion. C. Avoid unnecessary details. Do not summarize every aspect of a study. Focus on findings relevant to your research. Exclude irrelevant or outdated studies that do not contribute to the discussion. Example of an unnecessary detail. Smith, 2015, conducted a study on leadership in the corporate sector, surveying 200 managers across 5 companies. He used a 30-item Likert scale questionnaire and analyzed results using SPSS software. Clear version. Smith, 2015, found that transformational leadership improves employee motivation, a concept that can be applied to student engagement. Remove details about methodology unless directly relevant. Focus on key insights and their implications. D. Use clear transitions. Each paragraph should connect smoothly to the next. Use transition words to indicate relationships between studies. Examples of clear transitions. Addition. Furthermore, in addition, similarly, contrast. However, in contrast, on the other hand. Cause-effect. As a result, consequently, therefore, summarizing. In summary, overall, thus example of an unclear transition. Garcia, 2020, explored leadership styles. Meanwhile, Brown, 2019, examined student motivation. Clear version. Garcia, 2020, explored leadership styles, finding that transformational leadership fosters engagement. Similarly, Brown, 2019, examined student motivation and noted that engagement increases under supportive leadership. Avoid abrupt topic changes by ensuring smooth connections between ideas. E. Summarize key points. Effectively, each section should end with a brief summary of the main takeaways. The conclusion of Chapter 2 should recap the most significant studies and their implications. Example of a clear summary. The studies reviewed highlight the role of transformational leadership in student engagement. While Smith, 2018, and Lee, 2019, found a positive correlation, Garcia, 2020, identified challenges in implementation. This gap suggests the need for further research on how school culture influences leadership effectiveness. A strong summary reinforces the key messages of the section. 3. Common clarity mistakes to avoid. Mistake. Why it reduces clarity solution. Overuse of jargon makes content difficult to understand. Use simple and precise language. Long, complex sentences causes confusion and misinterpretation. Break into shorter, clearer. Sentences lack of transitions. Makes ideas feel disconnected. Use connecting phrases to guide the reader. Unnecessary details distracts from key findings. Focus on relevant information only. Repetitive information makes the section longer without adding value. Summarize instead of restating the same point said. Final checklist for clear writing. Does each paragraph have a clear main idea? Are transitions smooth between topics? Are technical terms explained where necessary? Is the writing concise and free of unnecessary details? Does the chapter provide a clear flow from one section to another? By prioritizing clarity, Chapter 2 becomes more engaging, easier to understand, and more effective in establishing a strong foundation for the research. Instead of writing just to complete the requirement, focus on making your review logical, coherent, and insightful. This approach will enhance comprehension, strengthen arguments, and improve overall readability, leading to a well-structured and compelling literature review. If you find this content helpful, subscribe to stay updated on the next tips for writing Chapter 2. Feel free to comment below with topics you'd like us to cover in future content. Thank you!